we've got the powerful one with us, Corey Hughes. Corey, tonight, are you well?
Yes.
That's a simple yes.
Simple
Immaculate.
yes. Everything's
I hope
good.
everybody
Can't
else,
complain.
everything good.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope everybody else is doing well tonight or whenever you're watching or listening to this. Hope you're doing well. Corey, I seen a little bit of some more news today that Trump came out with. I don't know if you've seen this, but he talked about. Now I know that you're adamantly against the whole tax scheme, and that's fair enough. But he did say today he's trying to get it put through where if you buy an American car, the interest on that would be tax deductible. So I mean
So,
that could be something.
I don't want to buy an American car because American cars suck. I want a fucking Toyota or some shit made in Korea because they'll last a whole lot longer and they're cheaper.
Okay, that's fair. So what's your car of choice?
Well, if I could go out and buy a car right now, I'd probably get like a Tacoma pickup.
Okay, you'd be a Toyota guy,
Yeah, probably.
Toyota Tacoma. Okay, I mean
I
I
want
guess
one of
that's
their
fair enough.
$10,000 pickups that you can't buy in America because they're too good.
What do you mean that you can't buy in America?
Yeah, there's a $10,000 pickup that you can work on at home and doesn't have all the fancy shit, and it's only
Hmm.
$10,000 and got an engine
I
that's
mean, where they
bulletproof.
sell that at though?
Everywhere but America.
Come on, man, everywhere.
Man, do I gotta be Googling shit now?
Yes, you said everywhere but America. Inquiring minds out there would like to know. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be left in the dark. Because this so-called $10,000 car, I'm trying to figure out why nobody else has jumped on this. You know what I'm saying? The bandwagon seems like a bandwagon type of thing.
So that's it right there.
Uh, damn. I don't know. You got to pull up. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's only $10,000, but we can't get it.
Okay. I don't know. Well, here's the thing, Corey. Um, as much as people say that, man, I'd like to have something that I could work on myself and everything. This is America. We are a bells and whistles type of place. So I I don't think a car like that would do very well here. I really don't.
Well, there's a lot of broke people, so I think your budget determines which car you buy a lot of times.
No, it does not.
What? What are you talking about, Willis?
No, it does not. Man, you don't, bud. The amount of people I've seen come in over the past 5 years, they financing a car that's got 150,000 miles on it. Talking about they still got $20,000 left to pay on it. Man, please, Bo. I see the folk. I see them. My ass. They ninjas out here making real poor choices. Okay, but they feel good about it. Hey, I say as long as you feel good about your poor choice, I'm not here to hold you up, bud. You know what
Man,
I'm saying?
I gotta say, I'm so proud of myself. I've been making, well, not the best, but I've been making better than average choices. And my credit score
You
broke
talking about
seven.
financially?
Yeah, my
Financially?
credit score just broke 700 for the first time ever in my life.
Okay, okay. Working that program.
I'm working that program. I played the credit card game. I just
Mm-hmm.
get a bunch of credit cards and I throw them in my closet. And I don't use them. So it looks like I got a ton of credit cards, but I don't. I got like 3 that I use.
What do you wait till you do you wait until they say what is it? We're gonna cancel your credit card and you run something on it?
Everyone, like once a year, I'll run something. You know what I mean? But like, or I use them
Mm-hmm.
in rotation. I'll use them and I'll pay them off, and then I'll switch to another one and put that one in the closet. You know what I mean? So, but I want to have like
Okay.
all. I got all this money that's available, so it makes my credit look good.
Okay. Man said I use a little rotation. Man said I got a little rotation going on. Well, you got I can see Corey now. He got about 10, 15. He just kind of cycling through them like their passports, like he's an assassin.
Well,
You know
here's
what
the
I'm
secret.
saying?
I
What
learned the
country am I
secret.
going to again?
2 years ago, I had a 525 credit score,
Hmm.
and everything fell off my credit, and so I had zero credit. It was like I started over again. And so I got some of them, deposit credit cards. And like you just pay those
Okay.
for like 6 months, and they make them into real credit cards. Maybe it was a year, but however long it was. All of a sudden, once I got those turned into real credit cards, all the other credit card companies just started giving me credit cards. Even Apple, gave me the damn credit card with a big limit on it. I can't believe it.
Apple hooked you up.
And they use Goldman
What?
Sachs as their bank.
Yeah, that is right. That is right. It is Goldman Sachs. Uh,
I'm fancy now.
well, you know that with the um with the GM just switched from Goldman Sachs to Barclays,
Oh, so
which is
Goldman's
another
lowering their
big bank.
standards. I get it.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be What do you mean lowering their standard? Hold on a second.
I've never been approved for no major bank credit card like that.
Oh, for like a Goldman's.
Yeah.
Well, that's who does the well, that's who was doing the GM credit card. And I don't know why GM switched from them, but they switching from that bank to the Barclays. I think they just give
So could you
everybody a
get it?
taste of it.
Could you get a GM credit card and then buy a car on it, or was that like not what that's for?
So yes, okay. So with the GM credit card, of course, that card can be used at anywhere, and you get 7 times. What is it like 7 times the points? Whenever you're using that for service. So anytime you get your car worked on or whatever, you use the credit card, you get 7 times the points on those particular purchases. And then I think they had certain things you could get multiple points on depending on what you bought. You
Like
got restaurant stuff,
who plays the
grocery
point
store.
game in credit cards? Like that's a little bit too far.
Oh, what do you mean? No, 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 no.
Like
This is
when I
this is
flew, they tried to
this is
sell me.
money game.
They tried to give me the damn Delta or whatever the fuck Frontier Airlines credit card when I flew on Frontier. Like why do all these
Now,
companies got to
if
have
you
their own credit
have
card?
what they just do, they're trying to get you to spend money. But with a GM one, okay, of course you can build up money on that car because it builds up to actual cash. And depending on if you have a business, I had a lady come in and she was like, "Yeah, my brother uses that credit card for all his business. Said he got $50,000 on it. So every business expense gets put on the credit card, and so he's got 50,000. So whenever he goes and buys another vehicle, he got $50,000 down payment. Boom, bam, right there on the spot, just 10 points.
That's crazy.
So depending on what you're using it for, it can be beneficial. I know I've heard a lot of people with their businesses they use that thing, and they're going. This is a business expense anyway. I'm gonna pay for it anyway, so I might as well reap some rewards from it. But you have to be careful with that because there's a lot of people that's not what they say physically responsible. I think that's what they call it, the physical F and not with a P. This is a FIS
Yes.
scale. They're not physically responsible either. You know what I'm saying? Um, untamed Johnsons and things of that nature. I think I think it was in Ohio. They were trying to make it where they were trying to make a law where it would be like a fine if you were busting a nut without the intent to impregnate. I
That's
think
the
that's
dumbest shit ever.
great.
That's some shit out of like the 1600s. That's like,
I'm
well, I
like,
tried to
man,
get her pregnant, but I missed at the last minute.
yeah. I'm like, how does that work? I mean, so first off, somebody's got to take you to court. That's the first thing. Who's gonna take you there? Yeah, here it is. Ohio bill. Ohio and Mississippi bill aims to make ejaculating without intent to conceive a felony, costing over 10K. A felony,
Oh, so if you
bud.
get like jerking off in public, maybe?
That might be it. Hold on. Let's see if we got something here.
How is that not overturned as
Oh,
unconstitutional?
I don't know, but we got let's see, Anita Somani and Tristan Rader. Okay, the authors of the Conception Begins at Erection Act. This has got to be some type of spoof. It's some spoof stuff. All right, there ain't no doubt about it. I mean, let's see. You said it's now. Oh, okay, okay. I didn't realize this. It said in 10 states, it's illegal for women to have termination, even in the aftermath of rape. Is that true?
I'm not surprised. I mean, we
No,
knew that was going to happen after
no
Roe versus
abortions.
Wade.
Period.
They just can go
I'm
next. They
trying
just
to
go over the
figure
border.
out to go over the border.
Yeah, they just go to the border of the next state and get what all they want. They just go to California. They can get,
Oh yeah,
abortions wholesale.
yeah. Hold on. Let's see here. Cannot. Cannot have termination. Oh, not have termination. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's see where abortions are banned and okay. Let's see where we got that we're banned. Okay, we're banned in. Okay, here's the places where you got to be careful. Okay, you got to be a little careful if you're in these spots. All right, we wanna let people know who's out here banging in these streets. Idaho. Okay, it says it's a near total ban in place. I got a feeling in some of these it might be the rape thing or incest might take precedent. Okay, except South Dakota. South Dakota. They're saying South Dakota is banned with no exceptions. Okay. Huh. Banned with no exceptions in South Dakota. Well, that's like 15 people in South Dakota, ain't it?
Yeah,
I mean, you know what I'm saying? The only time is South Dakota where they have the motorcycle rally.
I think I'm not sure. Sturgis, maybe that's North Dakota. I'm not sure.
Sturgis. Hold on, Sturgis. Let me make sure because let's see, Sturgis motorcycle rally. Let's see where that's at. Oh, it's in South Dakota. That's about the only time folks are there and banging. What, one time a year? I guess they can't get you if you don't live in that state. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
But
some
the
ridiculous
only
shit.
time, yeah, the only time
That
people are in Sturgis is once, or in South Dakota is like once a year.
See, that's like them laws is like them laws that are still on the books that it's like you're not allowed to leave your horse tied up in front of the courthouse for more than like 4 hours. There's laws on the books like that, and shit that's just outdated.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
I
yeah, that's
heard
true.
I heard this really good explanation. I watched this half-hour video. This guy who's a tax professional, former IRS guy, and he was saying how American a tax on American citizens in America, income tax is like outright illegal. The law on income tax actually is for Americans living abroad, foreigners living in America, and businesses who do business abroad. And he showed the text of what it was. And he basically went into this whole big long talk about how the reason that they'll never upgrade the computer systems at the IRS is because this information is basically inside the old files at the IRS. And so they can't risk letting anybody go in there to upgrade the systems because they'll get access to information that's classified. And I'm like, that doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense, but it kind of makes some sense. I mean, they know something's going to leak. If one of the guys goes in there to work on the machines and he sees all the information on tax stuff that we're not supposed to be paying taxes, somebody's going to leak that information.
Right. Hmm. That could be the case.
He said he hadn't filed in
Or
32 years and the fucking IRS has never even contacted him once.
I mean, uh, he's done that, and then we got ninjas that didn't file yesterday, and their ass got thrown in jail. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Mofos was at their house. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're rich and you don't file, they gonna come get your punk ass. All right. You make a bunch of money. Oh yeah. You don't file nothing. Oh yeah. They coming to see your ass. Was it Nicolas Cage and Wesley Snipes and pretty much everybody. I
Well, I
always
think the
see
problem
somebody
is,
up there with tax evasion.
I
Hmm.
think tax evasion is when you lie on the paperwork. But if you don't submit the paperwork, you
Man,
can't lie
they've
on it.
evaded. Well, here's the thing, man. They can garnish your shit.
Well, if you have a job,
They can just start. They can just start taking your money.
you get paid in Bitcoin.
I mean, you got to watch them, man. They'll collaborate with your bank. they'll just straight take your shit. All right, if you ain't careful. All right, they'll beat you down. And if that don't work, they'll send and you made a bunch of money. They'll just send somebody around your house. Okay, it may be an unofficial call. Let's just say that it's officially unofficial. Come shake you down a little bit. Let's see where else you need to be careful. All right, Indiana, you need to be careful out there. Okay. Kentucky, Kentucky, you got to watch yourself. West by God, West by God, Virginia. Tennessee, we got Alabama, we got Mississippi, of course, Arkansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, and Texas. So that's the places where if you out there and you raw dogging it, you need to be careful. Okay. The places where you've got limitations 6 to 18 weeks is Utah, Nebraska, Iowa, my state, North Kakalaki, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. So yeah, yeah. If you in the South, man, you need to be careful. All right. Which I don't. I, if we had to guess how many of the abortions were being done, probably by state, I would probably say the majority of them would probably be in, New York and California.
Yeah, because there's a lot of whores there.
Per capita whores. How about determine the whore count? It's like, hey, we may have a lot of whores, but North Carolina has more whores per capita. It's like, hold on a second now. You know how they like to do it. Yeah, and so we're gonna skew the results. It's like, oh, what's the whore capital of the world or of the United States? It's like North Carolina. It's like, well, hold on a second. California's got 5 million whores to North Carolina's 2 million. It's like, yeah, but per capita. It's like they got me there. I can't argue the per capita stats, can I? It's
No,
hard to do
definitely
that.
not.
It's hard to do that. So yeah, yeah, be careful in those states. Hey, and especially Ohio and Mississippi. All right, they take. I mean, they don't even want you to pull your thing out, man. Hey, unless you peeing, okay, or you trying to get her pregnant. Hey, just put that thing away, okay. Oh, what's this chick right here? Okay, it's a. I'm not sure if this lady's brown or not. Hmm. Okay. Oh, we got us a white dude too that co-wrote the Conception Begins at Erection Act. Mm, I'm not sure about that. Oh
Guys who
dang.
that's a guy who never
Mhm.
got none in his life.
Oh, is
After a
that right?
while, those guys defend not getting any.
Yeah, that is true. And then they go and they start bashing on other folks who may be getting some. So there was a lot of folks going in on the Harry Sisson guy. And look, Sisson, he's a sissy and he's a bitch, and uh, it, it, his content ain't really much to to speak about. But he had his little spiel right here recently where a bunch of women were had the allegations that they had sent him lewd photographs and he had shared them amongst maybe friends and some other ladies as well.
Sounds like a
And
fake
of course he
scandal to
can't.
draw attention to the guy.
Yeah, and he came out with his I think he had his lawyer up there with him, which his lawyer looked like he was about 22. I was like, "Is you sure that's your lawyer? Is that your buddy? I'm not sure what it is." Um, but he was over there talking about how I've made some mistakes and you know I'm gonna blame this on MAGA. I was like, I mean, you out here talking to 5, 6, 12, 13 different women. What that got to do with a Republican? But I mean, okay, if that's what you want to go with it, which I don't care. But he's been all about the feminist movement. That's what people were saying. It's like, oh, I thought you were all into the feminist stuff, respecting women and all that. I'm like,
That's
man,
how I
this
act.
nigga don't respect no women, but they do that because they think that they may get some draws if they do it. Because I mean, that's just bottom line. like men trying to get pussy, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're trying to do. That's like a driving force about everything that a man does. It's like, man, if I do this and this, man, maybe I get some. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. It's ingratiated in us to keep the species going. So I mean, the whole act of the feminist stuff, it's like was it the Darren Jackson guy. Like he was catering in to all these black women, and come to find out, man was cheating on his wife the whole time. You know, saying, "Oh, you know this red pill stuff and all this." He was out here banging whores in the street. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Oh man, this is a good guy. This is the guy y'all need." I'm like, man, watch out for the acts online. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people just be saying shit they don't believe in none of it. It's just an act, and it works. It works. There's there's a subset and a population that's definitely looking for what he offers. It's kind of like, what is it, the Midas touch? I think that's a podcast or whatever that's taken over Joe Rogan right here recently, from what I've seen, and it's just pretty much finding every time Trump has misspoke.
Yeah, I've seen that guy. He's a motherfucking faggot.
Is that where you just go lay it out just like that?
That's a
It's a
technical
faggot.
term.
Technically,
No, it's like
he's a
it's so
faggot.
hilarious to me watching these motherfuckers try to cope with the shit that Trump is doing. And here's the deal, man. Like Trump just needs to he needs to be more aggressive. He needs to go ahead and just kill all this shit before the courts can even have a chance to say anything about it. And all those judges who stand against
Okay,
him, they need to go. So, as president, he should be able to just
okay,
replace them.
okay. Okay, so you're saying that he has to be more aggressive.
I mean, maybe Nixon had something going when he said that when the president does it, it's not illegal. Maybe there was something to that.
Well, I mean, technically. I mean, you know what I'm saying? What's the has any president actually been thrown in jail?
Trump,
I don't think so.
he
None
got
of
booked.
them.
He got booked in.
Who did?
Trump did.
Well, I'm talking about while they were while he was in office.
No, definitely not. But Nixon was
Oh,
the
okay.
closest, but he resigned and was pardoned like the next day.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So like, so I think it's, they've got some type of, well, they try to keep, was it save face or whatever, as far as with presidents, because I mean it's all shenanigans is going on all the
Yeah, but
time.
I'd like to see Trump throw some people in jail. Like, who was it? Jasmine Crockett, is that her name? Say
Where
it.
did she come from?
The Hood.
Did she?
She's
I
from the
mean, I don't
Hood.
know.
She came in making
Like,
she came in. She was broke, and now she's worth like $9 million. They need to investigate all these motherfucking senators and representatives for insider trading, amongst other things. Where are they getting all this fucking money from?
well, I mean, we know where to get it from. It's a little insider trading.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just a touch. I mean, we ain't gonna say it wasn't a whole lot. It was just a little bit. But I'm just saying, like, Jasmine Crockett won't. I don't think she won't on my radar. I had never seen anything about her until about 2 weeks ago.
She needs to go to
Now
prison.
she all over my timeline.
I want to see the FBI raid her house. You
Right
can't
here.
be talking about taking out the president. Period.
Right. I don't know unless it's Trump. If it's Trump, anything goes, but
Seems like it.
yeah, I mean, gloves are off, man. Whatever you want to do, defamation and all. I mean, we'll let that stuff ride. I'm just like, every time I look up there, I see a Jasmine Crockett. And, well, another thing, it's just because she was on this one right here recently. These congressional hearings, man, they just need, if that ain't the biggest showmanship ever, I mean, you can kiss my ass. That's all I'm saying. Because I see these niggas doing a damn congressional hearing all the time, and I ain't seen not one person get taken out in handcuffs. All y'all doing is pretending you working.
Yeah.
Stop pretending you working with me, dog. It's like when Fauci was up there. They had him nailed against the wall. It was an executive order. It was a law. You're not supposed to fund Wuhan. Funding was supposed to stop. Did you fund it? Well, shit, kinda. Showtime. I mean, I'm saying, whoever got the gavel, they supposed to hit the gavel on the table, all right, and they say, security, get his ass. But you know where he's at his house, feet kicked up, pension, goddamn government protection. He probably needed at this point in
He
time.
can't really go out in
But you
public.
talk about,
Somebody'd fuck him up.
yeah, you talk about but oh my God, he he had a massive role in almost finishing us off. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, he did. Massive.
That's like deep. I mean, and we had magazines saying this was the sexiest man of the year.
All propaganda.
I'm
It's
like,
amazing. It's one day people are going to look back and they're going to study the propaganda of COVID and they're going to be just absolutely blown away. For real.
this shit is crazy, man.
Crazy.
There ain't no way that people can sit here right now and if you are doing it, you're just doing it because you just don't want to be wrong. But there's no way you can sit here right now, looking back at what we did and the shit show that we're in now, and say it was worth it. You
No, and
can't.
it was extremely frustrating for everybody who knew it was bullshit as it was happening. Like you got to think. I can't find my notes on this. I got them somewhere. I found most of my COVID notes, but the early COVID notes I took, I was tracking the day by day deaths, and the average there's about 7 to 8,000 deaths a day in America. That's up from
Mhm.
about 6,000 a couple years ago. But they were saying for the first like 2 or 3 months that COVID was responsible for like 50 to 60% of those deaths, which did not jive with the other deaths statistics. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was
Mhm.
just straight fucking nonsense. So on day one, everybody should have been like, "This is bullshit." It's really unbelievable how many people fell for it.
Dude, hook, line, and sinker. It's like it's like you a fish in a pond. You get caught, they throw you back in the pond, and you bite the bait once again immediately.
Yeah.
They throw the worm right back out there. And you're like, oh,
And then they
it's
keep
like,
trying with this bird flu nonsense. Like, how many times have you seen bird flu shit? I mean, why do they keep pushing this fucking stupid bullshit?
yeah, the bird flu. It's like, dude, really? You think I'm gonna be worried about the bird flu when I'm gonna cook the eggs?
Well, I watched a whole
When I'm
video
gonna
about
cook
how
the chicken?
when you cook that shit, it kills everything, including bird flu.
That's what I'm saying. how, how am I gonna be worried about the bird flu when I'm cooking the stuff?
Well, don't go
You
kissing
act
any
like I'm eating it
chickens.
raw. Okay, well, I'd hope not. You go over there and get mouth to mouth. I don't know. Folks do like a little mouth to mouth with the animals. I gotta watch those people, okay? I gotta watch it, man. I'm sorry, but I know y'all out there love your animals, okay? But when I see you licking mouth to mouth, bro, just straight up tongue on tongue, I'm like, you a dirty motherfucker, boy.
Hell,
And they're
my
like,
dog's mouth is probably cleaner than most people's mouth, except
let's
when it
stop
licks its
with that,
asshole all
okay?
day.
That's what I'm saying. Let's stop with that because I've seen it before. A dog just got done eating a turd right off the ground. Okay. Put his face right in it, licked it, then licked his ass and balls. And then you gonna come up, oh, doggy kiss. I'm like, they ain't no way in this hell in the next. And they gonna come to you and try to kiss you. I'm like, man, you better get out of my house. Okay. I'm talking about out my crib. Look, but I've got a few things that are just what they call them non-negotiables. All right. and the animal thing's one. It's just me, okay? And I'm thankful that I got with the woman I got with because my options were almost zero. All right. 'Cause most women like animals. And I just won't fucking with it, okay? So it's all good. It's all good. It was a certain thing, and it kind of worked out because she used to have an animal, a pet, but it died like a year prior, so it worked out perfectly.
So you don't
All
do
right,
pets at all?
worked it. Huh?
No pets?
No, zero. Not a goldfish. Not a
Pet
damn
rock?
snake. Nope, nothing. Not a damn tortoise. Okay, I mean nothing, bud. All right, I just ain't messing with it. I don't know. For me, because whenever I'm ready to go do something, the last thing I want to do is to be worried about what I'm gonna do with this animal. You know, if it was a kid, you just take the kid with you. I don't want to be taking an animal all over the place. Then I got to worry about if it shits in the hotel. You know, you got to find a place that damn will let you carry your pet in there and all. It's just too much work, man, for me. Because it's just me and my girlfriend, so there ain't no extras, and I don't want to drop it off on anybody else. So, well, like I said, I don't hate on nobody. Hey, man, if y'all want your animals, hey, I'm down with it. There's a guy that I work with. I call his ass Dr. Doolittle. Motherfucker had like 3 dogs and 4 cats. Man, got chickens. I said, damn, cuz. Man, keep your ass busy. When you ready to go do something, I mean, who gonna look after the shit, man? You know what I'm saying? I got to depend on somebody else. I don't know if you ever use one of those like the doggy daycares. Somebody told me that shit like $500-$600 a week.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, man. They went on vacation. They were like, yeah, we dropped the dog off and it was $500 for the week. I said, whoop. Man, I be feeling some type of way. I be looking at that dog. I be like, well, I could put you out in the wild. Let you run free. That's what you want to do anyway, don't you? But you want to run free. I feel like sometimes, we're inhumane with our animals without even actually knowing it. It's because that we got a natural instinct for ruling over something and evil. But the people who got the animal, sometimes if they got one that's unruly that tears a bunch of shit up, they'll keep it in a crate all day. They'll be at work and then 8 hours later, 9 hours later, to come back, let it out the crate. So, oh man, it's happy to see me. Well, hell yeah, it's been crapped up in the crate all day. It knows that if it shits or pisses in there, it's gonna get his ass whooped. So it's been holding the shit and piss. Ain't been able to eat nothing, and they just happy to see you because damn, cuz I was starting to get cramped up, thought I was gonna die here. It'd be like the astronauts up there for damn. They're supposed to be up there a week. 9 months later. You know what I'm saying? That's what it feel like. I'm just happy to see somebody at
Yo,
the rations.
they back on Earth?
Oh yeah. I need to show you,
So
man.
where'd all their food come from for that time?
You see, that's what I don't know. From what I understand, they sent another shuttle up there, but they said that the shuttle couldn't bring them back because there was some technical difficulties. So hold on, you send a shuttle with food? You send an unmanned shuttle? Man, y'all got some shenanigans going on here. You know what I'm saying? But I want you to see this landing that they show. I ain't gonna lie, shit look fake as hell, man. Oh, here we go. It look like some of the fakest shit I ever seen in my life. But it could be real, but it also could be real fake. Here it goes right here.
Splashdown, located in the Gulf of America, off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida.
And Splashdown, Crew 9 back on Earth.
And SpaceX Freedom, Splashdown. Good main release.
Copy, Splashdown. We see main chutes cut. Nick, Alex, Butch, Sunny, on behalf of
Hang
SpaceX.
on. So they had a drone waiting for them?
Yeah, they knew exactly where they were going to land at. The body of water.
It seems a little fishy.
That looks like I was like it looked like some shit that I tried to make back when I was in art school.
I
You
just
know,
think
we
it's
did a little
wild. Like
animation work.
so you get in this fucking thing and you strap in and you go to Earth's atmosphere and then you just fall for like miles and then you hit the parachute and that's how that works. Seems awful primitive. And we're talking about going to Mars. Now we need some shit that goes like Star Trek and just bloop, just flies right in. That's what we need.
With some Star Trek stuff.
Yeah, we're never gonna have it.
Never?
Never. I don't think you can get outside the fucking firmament. Not that the firmament, but the firmament really being the magnetic protective layer that we have, right? That's a real thing, right?
Okay.
So I have a feeling you get outside of that and you get fucking cooked like in a microwave. That's the biggest problem
because
the background all the radiation in space, right? The shit that's getting blocked by the magnetosphere. So that's the biggest problem with the moon landing, right? The 500-degree temperature swings and the extra radiation on the moon. That's I think what's stopping us from ever going back there or going there in the first place, I should say.
Gold tinfoil. You got to remember that. I mean,
yeah, the gold tinfoil, and
yeah,
the magic levitating LEM lander that doesn't leave a disturbed dust pattern where the blaster should have been, disturbing the sand beneath it. Just like perfectly settled sand, no dust on the gold tinfoil.
Yeah, perfect sand. Yeah, so guys, let me bring this up for people because I don't think people's ever seen this. Well, they may have seen it, but this is to refresh your memory. Okay, so here we are, right here, guys. It's this right here, this gold tinfoil. Let's see if I can make that. Oh, here we go. Made it bigger. There we go. All right here, guys. This goldish tinfoil. I haven't seen any of this ever again on anything. So I think that's what got us there. That protected them from the radiation. This looks like a stage. Corey looks like a damn stage. I mean, it really does. It's pretty damn bad. But that's it. Shiny gold tinfoil. That's what got us there.
And they got that car there. How'd they get the car there?
That's
that
like
car,
a transformer, man.
That thing cost them, they said, like $1.7 billion or some crazy number to make that little stupid car. Yeah.
Man, if it cost them 1.7 billion back then, dude, you know what I'm saying?
This is a laundering operation. This is a funneling money to the CIA operation.
Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm. Everything is. The whole world is a big CIA money laundering and funneling operation.
Yeah, you got a good point there. The more and more you look at stuff, it's just like, okay, who's getting the money? Because I'm figuring that all that money that the Pentagon don't know what they did with it had to go to probably some type of CIA or something like that.
Ops.
Yeah, Black Ops. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why they don't know what they did with it. Because if I told you, then that would implicate us in probably multiple crimes. So it's like, oh yeah, it's like yeah, let's look at the budget. It's like, it seems that you don't have $5 billion accounted for. What happened to that money? Like, you know what? I don't know. Do you don't know what happened to $5 billion? If somebody told me $5, I'm like, okay, $50, even $500. We're talking about the government. 5 billion? You're like, well, it's been misplaced. We misplaced it somewhere. It's called Black Ops operations all over the globe that we can't talk about because it would indicate that we have committed multiple crimes.
Yeah, well, like It makes me think of the Kennedy files, right? Like they're never going to give us nothing. They can't give us nothing because they'll just have to admit that they've been lying about everything forever, right? It'll undermine national
Right.
security, so they can't tell us everything ever.
Right. So that's, and if you want me to be honest, and this even goes for the truther community, I don't think you can handle all the shit that they know that's been done. I don't know if you can handle it. It might, everything might implode on you. You know what I'm saying? It'd
Yeah.
just be like, what? Like it just set you down in a room and it said, okay, for the next year, we're going to take you through the history of America, the true history. You'd be like your mind would be blown.
Yeah.
Like how much shit is damn manipulated and fake, and maybe
Everything.
how much shit, yeah, and maybe some shit that you didn't think was true or real is actually true and real.
Yeah. Like
Whether you think,
interdimensional Bigfoot.
yeah, lizard people and fucking Anunnakis and all giant folk and all kind of stuff. You'd be like, oh my god, aliens. I mean, it would baffle your mind. They said, all right, now we're going to take you to the technology that we've got, but we haven't released to the public. You know what I'm saying? They got some damn mind control beams. I swear there's some out right now. Because some folks are acting wonky right now. Maybe it's the pollen. It's that yellow shit. Y'all have a bunch of pollen around your area?
Not yet. I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, down here in the south, but it's pollen season. Yellow everywhere. I looked outside today. The wind was blowing. It was just a yellow cloud. And you know what's crazy? When it gets this time of the year, the car washes get crazy busy. And I'm like, you know your car's gonna be yellow tomorrow, right? It's like, yeah, I went and got it. I went and got it washed today. I was like, it's gonna be yellow in about 5 minutes. Again. Like, so, but hey, I mean, people like a fresh ride. So I'm like, I mean, I guess the car wash need to make money. That's almost, I think that's almost something that's become oversaturated. Do you have a ton of car washes in your area?
There's a lot of do-it-yourself car washes here. I've only seen.
Oh, they don't have the automated ones.
Oh, I mean,
A
yeah,
bunch of the automated
at
ones.
the gas station, but like, there's a bunch of those where you go up and they got the hose and all that stuff. You know.
Okay, dude. Okay, where I live at, 1, 2, 3, 4. There has to be 10, 15. There has to be 20 automated car washes.
That's a lot. I mean, like you just drive through and it does your thing, like at the gas station.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's some, and these are the nice ones. Some of them have the brushes, some of them are the laser, and these are the ones that actually have like people working there. Like so, I mean, this is the one where you can set up a monthly subscription to get your car washed. Dude, they're building one every other second. I'm just like, damn, I should have built me a car wash. Actually, the singer Jason Derulo, they were asking him. They were like, "Yeah, what's your best business adventure? It's got to be your music." He said, "No." He said, "I own a bunch of car washes." He said, "It's easy money. Folks like a sparkly ride." And so every
And
time I
not
see
having to
another
work
one
there is a
built,
plus. You just go in and check everything every once in a while.
right now, some of these they have it where like there's one where they have somebody actually working. Can you call it a register? Working where you decide what type of watch you want,
Right.
and then when you come up, they they actually direct you in. They actually scrub the front of your car and the sides with a brush to get the kind of the bugs loosened up off of it before you go through. So some of these they have people actually working there, and so I seen one. It was like it's like when they built this one of the newer ones, they had a sign out said looking for management, and they said guaranteed $80,000 a year with the potential to make over 130. I was like, that's all wash. I said, damn, cuz. Foot be knocking out real dust there. So I guess it can be very lucrative
Yeah, I guess so.
as far as that goes. And well, I'm probably not surprised that you don't have more automated ones, seeing how you probably got more inclement weather.
Do people get
You
their
know.
cars washed in the snow? I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. Huh. That's kind of weird. I see we got some people in chat saying there's no audio. Huh. That's weird. Hey, leave it in chat. I'm assuming y'all are on YouTube. If I got people on Rumble saying there's no audio either. Hold on. No, I got some audio on Rumble. Is it guys, is it only on YouTube that we got no audio? Drippy. I see you just put that up there. So there's no audio, so the stream isn't synced. I'm not exactly sure. I know Riverside changed some things, so they might have screwed something up here. But we try to get you straight. I know Dan said that it's the audio still working, but then Drippy said there's no audio. Try refreshing the page, Drippy. Not exactly sure. Or if you have to, you should be able to switch over to Rumble. Should be able to switch over to Rumble and watch it there. And you should have audio there. I just checked. There was audio there. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. We'll try to situate that out. If I have to, I'll re-upload it. But yeah, there's the car wash business over here in North Kakalaki is booming. It's booming, and people are throwing those things up everywhere. I'm also seeing, I don't know, are you getting a whole bunch of new gas stations in your area? Man, they're building gas
We
stations
got
all the time.
we just got a brand new Buc-ee's that's got like 500 pumps. And what else do we got? The big thing that there's really put that they're okay. This is one thing I noticed that's really blowing up right now. Is there a whole bunch of restaurants pushing this hot chicken stuff, like Dave's Hot Chicken. There's like this. We got Music City Hot Chicken. We got Nashville Hot Chicken. We got Dave's Hot Chicken. There's all these hot chicken. What the fuck? Chicken's always hot.
There's also got that honey, that Mike's Hot Honey Chicken.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Is it? Yeah.
I got it. One of those. It was a fried chicken sandwich. It was okay. Wasn't great. You know, it was all right.
Now
I
you
still
got
like me
Dave's
some
Hot
Raising
Chicken in
Cane's.
your area, don't you?
Or what?
Don't you have a Dave's Hot Chicken in your area?
Yeah.
You say I don't have one over here.
It's okay. It's a chicken sandwich. That's the bottom line. It's a chicken sandwich. It's a good chicken sandwich. I mean, it's all right. It ain't like the bomb, but it's all right.
So you saying you're a Raising Cane's fan?
I like Raising Cane's. Yeah, I was pretty blown away at how good their chicken was. It's like that. Their batter is the best.
You see, I need to go to the one. I got one here, but it's on campus, which I can just go there, but it's just I don't know where I have to park. It's kind of weird, but I need to go check it out because I've seen one when we were down there in Florida last year. Just didn't have an opportunity to get by it, and I was like, I need to check out this old Cane's chicken. I ain't heard a whole lot about it because there's not really a ton in North Carolina. It's not really a big thing here. But when I seen it, I was like, okay, I'm down with a chicken joint. Chicken joint always good. They built a new one over here. It's not a Cane's, but it looks like it was one of those off brands, like it was gonna be like a mom and pop place. It's
Right.
called the Cluck and Crisp.
Oh.
And it had chicken sandwich. Cluck and Crisp chicken sandwiches. So I was like, okay, let's wait for that thing to open. I might go check them out. Then a couple people at work went and checked it out, and they said, yeah, man, Asian folks running. I said, hold on a second now. I don't want no Asian zing fried chicken. I thought
No
this
Ling
was
Ling
gonna
chicken.
be Negro fried chicken. Yeah, I don't want no Ling Ling fried chicken. I thought it was gonna be Negro fried chicken. That's what I thought we were getting. And they were like, man, it's the blandest shit that you've ever had. So they got like fried rice and stuff there. It's always weird, man. It looks like it shouldn't be Asian. The shit Asian as fuck.
Let me get a Southern fried
All
chicken
right.
sandwich with a side of fried rice.
That's what I'm saying. But they said, man, what it said, the chicken was undercooked. When they got somebody else's, theirs was fully cooked, but they said there was no seasoning. And when I say seasoning, at least salt and pepper. You know what I'm saying? You need at least the basics on there to give it a little bit of a bump. But I'm like, damn. I thought I was gonna have me a new chicken joint to go check out. They've got an HCK chicken. I don't know if you have one of those.
Uh-uh.
HCK. It's like a hot chicken place. I don't know. It didn't really it didn't really hit for me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I went there and I don't know, man. The bird. There's a particular texture I like with my bird, and something about the way that bird was cooked. I was like, it's almost like it wasn't real chicken, and it might not have been. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I
man,
mean,
you seen that some of the stores are starting to carry that Bill Gates fake meat, the lab grown
oh
beef.
yeah, I seen.
That's
I seen that's what they were talking about. Man, it looked weird as hell,
it
dude.
does. It looks like gross. Like fuck that. I'll kill a cow.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and on top of that,
If you ain't ever seen a cow before, they are 100% walking fucking steaks. That's it. They walk around in their lanky ass bodies carrying around your steak, and that's it. That's just meant to be eaten. It was put on this planet to be fucking totally eaten completely.
yeah, you got a good point. Yeah, I mean that's the whole premise. That's the whole reason why the cow's here, and that's it to a T, or to be eaten. You know what I mean? And there's people out there. Is the vegetarian still a thing? Vegetarian, vegan? I ain't heard of, or people kind of just starting to turn away from that.
Yeah, you can only do that so long before you got to have a good fucking burger. You know what I mean?
You're right. You're right. And that's what I look. I'm like, look, man, life's too short to have shitty food. That's what my buddy told me. He's like, folks be sitting there. He said they be harking to me about how they be eating all healthy all the time and all this. He's like, man, I'll be damned. I said, Bo, I work my ass off. Go home, eat shitty food all the time. He said, I gotta eat something I like. And I'm with you on that. You know what I'm saying? You sitting around eating grass all the time, get you a good burger, man. You eat that thing, man, you be like, now this is where it's at. Nothing beat a good burger, all right? As you said, Five Guys. Five Guys is a hard burger to beat. If we're talking about a chain restaurant.
I will give you, they are the best for sure. But we have a chain here called Good Times. And if you like the standard, mustard, ketchup, pickle, onion, a kind of American style cheeseburger, like they nail it. They nail it really well. Good Times is good stuff. But I'm disappointed at In and Out, man. Fucking In and Out. Everyone was like it was the best, and I went there a couple times in Vegas, and I was like, it's all right. But every time you go there, there's literally a fucking half a mile line of cars. So many people in line that they got women walking up the motherfucking aisle taking your order from your window.
Oh, okay, so it's serious like that.
It is
Mm, okay, okay. At the In and Out.
at the In and Out.
Hey, well, obviously, I don't know. I seen somebody else said the In and Out was the best burger. I
I
think
know
we looked at that.
they're crazy.
Maybe it's not the burger and so much just the line, Corey. You think that could be it?
I mean, it's tricking people. They see the big line, they think it's good.
Yeah.
It's a possibility.
It's like Chick-fil-A. It's like Chick-fil-A.
Man, I can't eat there no more. There's been such a fucking there's been such a hullabaloo about them using the worst fucking chemicals in their fucking chicken sandwich. It's like, damn it. Now I can't eat it and not feel weird about it.
Okay. Well, hey, I went there this morning and got me a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Mainly because the owner every once in a while just sends out a random free biscuit. And I was like, shit, I missed it last time. I won't miss it this time. You know
So
what I'm saying?
eating chicken for breakfast, I think, is weird. You eat chicken for breakfast?
You think so?
Oh yeah. Like on a
No.
chicken biscuit sandwich from Subway. Like especially if you eat chicken and egg, man, 2 parts of the
Okay.
same fucking animal at the same time. I don't know about that. It's like you can't eat a steak and drink milk. No, I'm sorry. There's certain things you're just not allowed to do. You'll go to hell.
Well, no, I can't say that I ate the. I can't. No, I won't eat chicken and egg at the same time. Now you got the chicken and waffle.
That's a delicacy.
Okay, yeah. I'll get that for dinner. There's
Oh
a
yeah.
place that has the chicken and waffles. It's a local bar. It's actually became almost like a chain here in town. They got 3 locations now. It's called Tiebreakers. But the chicken and waffles banging. They actually take the chicken and they actually do like a cinnamon crusted batter on their chicken
Mm.
itself. So
I got
you
a
get that
waffle.
you get that sweetness.
I got a fucking waffle maker. It is the best thing at 1:00 in the
Okay.
morning.
1 a.m. Okay. What's your pancake mix though? What's your waffle mix?
Oh, I get Krusties.
Krusties,
Mm-hmm.
not Pearl Mill and Company,
No, man,
formerly
Krusties,
known as
bro.
Aunt Jemima.
Now, Krusties used to be the cheap generic brand that was like second to everything else, and it was like $1.99 a box. Now that shit's like $4. You motherfucker. It's just flour and some shit. The fuck?
Yeah, but they've already mixed it up for you though, Corey.
That
And
is an
that means
unbelievable
something.
relief. I can whip that shit up in a bowl with water in like 2 seconds. It's the best.
Yeah, I mean, so that hey, that should mean something to you, okay? Just want you to remember that. Krusties. I ain't had Krusties before.
Krusties is good,
I need
especially
to
if
go
you
to the
get the one
grocery
with the
store
fake
and check it.
blueberries in it. The little fake blueberries. Those are the best. That's
Fake
the best
blueberries
one.
where it's at.
Oh yeah.
Me and my girlfriend actually ate it. Actually ate at Cracker Barrel last night.
I love Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, she got the new. They had what's it? Chocolate chip pancakes. She
Mm.
got that. I get the French toast because they've actually stepped up their French toast game. It used to be horrendous. It's good now.
Man, I got to drive 20 miles to get the motherfucking Cracker Barrel. There's only one
Oh,
between
dude.
here and Denver. And it's in
Oh,
Loveland,
damn.
which is 20 miles from here. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Cracker Barrel, if you've got a family, is the most cost efficient place to eat. Their shit is still cheap. Like me and her, our meals combined was $24.
That's good. Shit. I can't go to a restaurant for less than $24 by myself.
That's what I'm saying. Like Cracker Barrel cheap as fuck, man. They ain't went up on none of their prices, and they've always got new stuff on the menu. Like if you're that type of person that needs to switch up, they got to switch up for you. I did try their was it a strawberry peach lemonade? It's pretty good.
See, stuff like that, man, I can't do because that's just like a cup of sugar. You're just drinking a cup of sugar.
And never, man. Talking about a cup of sugar.
Hmm.
I don't know. I probably need it.
Not that I have an aversion to sugar. I'm addicted to sugar like everybody else, but some things are just too much. That's why I only have a Coke like maybe once a month. I don't drink much soda.
Okay.
So
No, I do the if I do anything, it's the 8 ounce.
I did
Little
some
8 ounce
sweet.
can.
Those are good. I like those. They're I used to call them guilt-free Cokes because it would say
Yeah.
it would
It's
say
just
on the side
enough.
100. It was only 100 calories. Yeah, it's still 25 grams of sugar,
No,
but it's only 100 calories.
right. There. For me, there's nothing no better than when you get a fresh Sprite or a fresh Pepsi when it's got all the carbonation in it, and you take a hit of it, and it just makes your face cringe up. You know what I'm talking
I
about?
know exactly what you're
I
talking
mean,
about.
make your whole face like orgasm. That's what it does. You have a face orgasm. That's what you have. And it's like, man, that was good. You know what I'm saying? You can't beat that. And you don't get it but in like the first 2 or 3 sips. And then
Yeah.
it's over.
Yeah, it's like crack. It's just that first hit that gets you off, and everything else is like, eh. You're chasing the dragon.
Yeah, that's the only place you get it.
I think
First about 2 or 3 sips.
sugar is the most destructive drug in the fucking world. Like worse than Coke or meth or any of that stuff.
It could be.
It makes you fat and stupid.
Uh, maybe fat, but I don't know about stupid. Well, I guess you're stupid and fat. Look, man, we ain't gonna hate on folks like that, okay? Sometimes you have a thyroid problem. That's what they call it.
Man, one day I'm gonna bust out my photos from the sheriff's office when I was at the sheriff's office because that was the biggest I ever
When
was.
you were big and
265. I was a big motherfucker, and I held it big.
woo, woo. That's way on up there. How
Mhm.
tall are you?
You know, I'm somewhere around 5'10", 5'11", maybe somewhere in that range. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay. Okay, so not over 6 foot.
I think no, definitely not. I think I had 5'11" on my driver's license, but I might have been exaggerating. But 5'10" is a little short, so I think I'm 5'10" and probably 3/4 or something weird like that.
Okay. So that's quite a bit of weight on that type of frame.
Oh, it was terrible, man. Like it hurt to tie your shoes and shit, dude. It was fucking awful.
Yeah,
So
that's quite a bit of
I
weight.
did.
If you're gonna be,
The funny thing is, they put me on. I did doctor supervised weight loss when I was at the sheriff's office, and I lost 65 pounds. Actually, I lost 65 pounds on the job because they had me strung out on some speed. They literally prescribed me speed that I was encouraged to take like 3 or 4 times a day, and I was out on the road with a gun. It was crazy, dude. It was crazy. The double standards are
Ozempic
absolutely
wasn't. Yeah, Ozempic wasn't formed yet. So
no. That shit, man. That shit fucks you up. You see no
yeah,
Ozempic face.
you might have bone loss and stuff like that, but isn't it not worth it?
Well, that's a tough decision because when you're fat, you give up whatever you have to give up to not be fat. I'll tell you the truth. Seriously. You'd be like, you can not be fat, but I'm going to cut off 3 of your toes. You'd be like, I'll do it.
Man said, take the toe. Man said, take the damn toe. Man.
Honestly, like being fat is the worst thing in the fucking world. And because it's just like, you feel like you can't get no pussy. You can't fucking do this. You're not, it's the whole slew of fucking psychological issues that come from it. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah. I think the heaviest I got at one time was like 210, but then I lost that in about 2 months.
See, I actually went back in like early 2000s, like 2002 or 3. I was like 186 pound like weakling, and I decided to spend a whole year in a gym, and I actually did it hardcore for like a whole year, and I got up to like 210, 215, something like that at the end of a year. And no one told me that when you stop working out, you just put on extra weight, and so I fucking ballooned up big time after that.
Yeah, now I did have I was lifting weights, so I did have, but I had a little extra. All I did was every single 5 days a week. I got up in the morning and did a hit session for 15 minutes with no food. That will thing you right out. And people don't know what a hit session is. It's where you do walk for 1 minute, sprint for 30 seconds. Walk for 1 minute, sprint for 30 seconds. Do that for 15 minutes. And you do that first thing in the morning with no food, don't worry. You're going to lose that weight quick. All right. And then up your protein. Up your protein too. Up your protein, up your muscle mass. If you up your muscle mass, then you kind of just, to be honest, just kind of stay lean, to be honest, if you lift weights. It just makes it where your body just has to burn a whole lot more calories. It just has to use the shit you put in it. So you're more apt to be more successful.
The best way to lose fucking weight? Don't eat, motherfuckers.
Damn,
seriously,
man.
don't eat. How about you just don't fucking eat and you lose weight? It's that simple. It genuinely is.
Boy, it's not that simple.
Hell, when I got to Colorado, I was about 235, and now I'm about 195. And I just stopped eating a lot. I eat probably 1,500 calories a day, which ain't really shit.
No, it's really not.
Yeah.
1,500 calories ain't nothing. I mean, what's the 2,000 calorie is technically where they want you to be at when you're trying to do weight loss.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And that's if you're just sitting around doing nothing. You burn, like they say, 2,500 calories doing nothing. I'm like, that sounds like some BS.
You may or may not be. I'm not sure. There's some people that's more well versed in that than
Motherfuckers go out on a
me.
jog and they're like, I just burned
Maybe
500
research.
calories. Well, it's like, haha, motherfucker, I sat around and did nothing and burned 2,500.
Yeah, but here's what's key, and this is what I tell people about that's what's key about the HIIT cardio, and also weightlifting. It's not so much about what it does right then, it's the effects of what it does for the rest of the day as far as your metabolic rate. So that's what they talk about that, especially with the HIIT cardio first thing in the morning, no food. Like your metabolic rate is so much higher for the rest of that day. So
Mhm.
I think that's why I was able to, God, man, I lost like 25, 30 pounds in damn 2 months. Like I came back to, because I went back home and then I came back up here to college, and the guys was like, dude, I mean, how'd you lose? I mean, you lost a ton of weight. I was like, yeah, man, I was getting a little bit too chunky. You know what I'm saying? So I had to cut that down. It was like, how'd you do it? I just got up in the morning and ran. That's it. And then lifted weights in the afternoon. So I was doing shit all day. Got up in the morning, ran, went and worked with my dad in the woods logging. Then after I got off work, I went and lifted weights. Like, so I was just doing shit the entire day. If you tend to do stuff and move, then your body will respond in kind. So yeah, that's our TED talk for losing weight. You know what I'm
Oh, you can
saying? You
also
can
smoke crack or crystal meth, and that will lose you weight too.
that's probably not the best method, okay? Ozempic, crystal meth is probably
Yo, I ain't never heard of crystal meth
we
fucking
go.
depleting your bone mass.
Damn, well, you got a good point.
Bro, I know a lot of tweakers in my day. I ain't know none of them who had cancer. Not one. I think crystal meth cooks cancer out of your body.
It might do that. Cook your teeth out too. I mean, everything. You be fully cooked afterwards, okay?
Hey,
Well
what would you
done.
rather have, a
You
full
know
set
what
of
I'm
teeth or
saying?
cancer?
Well, damn, Corey. I mean, when you put it like that, man, so you can get dentures. I mean, shit. Oh man, you just have a slight drug addiction. Nothing to worry about there. Uh, Corey, we're gonna jump into our main topic. Um, the Signal chat. Okay, I'm pretty sure that you've seen plenty on this. Supposedly, allegedly, we got Jeffrey Goldberg who got added to this particular chat, and supposedly he got some classified information. What's your thoughts
My thoughts
on
are, the
that
last time
particular
I
situation?
checked, is that Congress has to authorize war actions, and they never do. And so this is all illegal shit. And it's being controlled by Israel. So fuck them.
No.
So here's the funny thing. Like, we will put out videos of when we blow up their shit, but
Mm-hmm.
when they blow up our shit, it's like mum's the word. We never see a picture. We never hear about it. They don't ever tell us about any losses, right? And allegedly, a picture came out of I think it's the USS Eisenhower aircraft carrier, that the fucking Houthis struck with some hypersonic missiles and fucked that
Mm-hmm.
thing up, like fucked it up bad. So the Houthis are in a situation where they got nothing to lose. They're like the Gazans, not to the same degree, but they don't have anything to lose. So unless we're going to take out the whole country and infrastructure, like, we don't know where the missiles are coming from. So it will continue.
Right. Well,
At
now,
some point, Russia and China are going to get involved. Like, we can't be striking Iran. Like, there's talk about strikes in Iran. That's the dumbest shit ever. Dumbest shit ever. Okay. Iran doesn't have nukes. Iran doesn't want nukes. So let me explain the whole nuclear thing.
okay.
Israel keeps saying that they want nukes so they can fucking take out Israel. That's not true at all. The reality is that the Iranians are forced to utilize a huge amount of the oil that they have for energy purposes. Okay. If they had nuclear power throughout the country, it would free up all that oil, and that oil could then be sold on the market. And so that is what they're trying to prevent. They know that
Oh,
there's no
okay.
nuclear weapons. The Iranians don't give a fuck about nuclear weapons. They don't need them, because if there's ever an existential threat on them, Russia and China has their back. So the idea that they want nukes is stupid. It's all propaganda, and this administration is continuing that propaganda, which is bullshit. They just want to free up their oil to sell it using nuclear power. And we've done everything possible to prevent them from doing that. That's what it's all about. It has nothing to do with nuclear weapons, and the government knows it.
Oh, okay, okay. So that you feel like that's been the well, I'm assuming that's been the agenda for the past what 30 years?
Yeah. Since 79. Here's the thing, it's since 79 because we overthrew
Okay.
the Iranian government, right, and installed the Shah, who was a brutal, corrupt dictator. And that was when the Americanization of Iran happened. Okay. It was like 54 or something like that, maybe 56. But
Hmm.
in 79, they had the Iranian Revolution. They kicked us out. They got rid of the Shah and they went back to a traditional Muslim country. That same year, we started Al Qaeda. We formed Al Qaeda in Afghanistan. Okay.
Okay.
And the main enemies were Russia and Iran then. The birth of Islamic terrorism, which never existed in the history of the world, didn't exist until Iran kicked us out of the country. And then all of a sudden, they're the bad guy. You see how that works? There's
Hmm.
no reality to that whatsoever. It's all about Israel. They're trying to do to Iran what they did to Iraq. Iraq was a strong nation and they would have prevented or attempted to prevent or stood in the way of Israeli expansion in the region. Same thing with Iran. That's all it is. They need to get rid of all the strong countries. But the problem that I see in the future is their Greater Israel project, which is what they're trying to fulfill, which is fucking retarded, bunch of goddamn inbred European converts, no connection to Palestine or any of the land or any of that stuff. But a big part of the Greater Israel project is a huge, huge chunk of Saudi Arabia. So expect one day Saudi Arabia to be the next Iran.
Okay.
But
And so
see,
I'm
Iran is
mhm,
not going
go
to
ahead.
capitulate ever, ever. They will not capitulate. And the propaganda videos coming out of Iran this week have been powerful and hilarious. They put one out that they showed a tour of their like underground missile bunkers that just went on for miles and miles of trucks and weapons and tanks and you name it, they had it. And it said, "We don't need a proxy army to fight our war." And it was a jab at Israel using America as a proxy army, you know. So there are limits to what Israel can do, and Israel knows that. And so that's why they're trying to drag us into everything.
Okay. And I'm assuming in that the 79, 80, because you're pretty privy of this. That's when we first introduced, so that's when you first see on the scene Osama bin Laden, correct?
Correct. Codename Tim
Which,
Osman.
if I'm correct, was he technically? Some people were saying CIA asset.
Yeah, 100%.
Is that right? Hmm.
100%. Because the CIA was interacting with the Mujahideen, who were the men on the ground in Afghanistan, the natives, right, the locals. And he was like the go-between between the CIA and the Mujahideen. And so he was greatly responsible for recruiting this army, which they were going to use against the Russians in Afghanistan. And they did use against the Russians in Afghanistan. This army that they put together, the CIA assembled, they called it the database, the base, which is
Hmm.
Al Qaeda, which is Al Qaeda. They took their own army that they used to fight the Russians and then basically scapegoated them as this terrorist organization, which they never were. There was never an organization called Al Qaeda. Never, ever. It didn't exist. Al Qaeda, the base, the database, was nothing more than the database of recruited Mujahideen CIA assets, period. So that's it. That's the whole thing. It was never an organization that had meetings or a hierarchy or any of that stuff. It's propaganda. So
So,
when you
so
look at
how
people
did
like,
this?
go ahead.
Okay.
What were you saying?
So how did this all fold in with the Saddam Hussein? Because if I'm correct, weren't we kind of like almost allies with him at one point in time?
Yes, we were, because the alternatives were bad. Just like look at what's happening in Syria, right?
Hmm.
Assad, who they kept trying to get out and finally did, which is a fucking it's a total travesty. And he is now replaced by a bunch of fucking sicko goddamn Muslim psychopaths. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
that's it. That's not what ended up happening in Iraq, but he was their guy over there to prevent, further degradation in the Middle East until it was inconvenient for Israel. And it's always been inconvenient for Israel because they need everlasting expansion.
Right. Okay. Okay. Hmm. And so the 9/11, which you always tie that one back to Israel as well. Um, it was almost a betrayal of quote unquote they say Al Qaeda, the Taliban, which I'm assuming those are two separate entities, correct?
Yes, right. Taliban's the government of Afghanistan, and Al Qaeda was just
Okay.
the CIA database of fighters.
Got you. Well, whenever somebody talks about Al Qaeda and Taliban, they almost kind of like see them as like
Right,
hand in hand.
right. That's because people are
Which you're
stupid.
saying they're not.
Right.
They're not.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Which is when we just left Afghanistan again, that was the Taliban regaining
Right.
control
Right.
as far as
The
governmental control
Taliban are
over
far more.
Afghanistan.
The Taliban are far more like Muslim like extremists. They're like into the Sharia law and all that stuff, right? Al Qaeda was a more pragmatic network of billionaires, really. Like the top guys who they say were top guys were billionaires, like from oil. Like Osama bin Laden's parents and his whole family were fucking multi-billionaires because of the oil, right? And so that's why he was a primary contact there. Tapes have come out of Osama bin Laden saying, "Hey, we didn't have anything to do with this," right? And so,
Right.
and then you have all the fake Osama bin Laden sightings, all the different pictures that they said was Osama bin Laden, but most certainly was not. You know, so it's alleged that when 9/11 happened, Osama bin Laden was in a hospital bed because he had to have kidney dialysis. And on 9/11, allegedly, he met with 2 CIA agents who came to visit him in his hospital bed the day of 9/11, right? So, yeah, interesting stuff, right? What was that about? Who knows?
Right.
He was an asset, and they were probably burning him at that time, Hey, thanks for your help, but sorry, buddy. You got to go. Probably something along
You're the
those
one that's
lines.
going to have to take the fall here.
Yeah.
Pretty much what.
Yeah.
Because
Because
that's
the person who takes the fall is always someone they've worked with. Oswald,
right.
Jack Ruby, Osama bin Laden, fucking Gaddafi, Saddam Hussein, right? The list goes on and on.
Yeah, because Osama bin Laden, they were at the White House, correct? Is that right, or was that Saddam Hussein?
No, I think the day of
I
9/11,
thought they
I
said
think
that.
like George Bush was having a
Uh-huh.
meeting with like bin Laden's brother or something like that. I'm not a big 9/11 guy,
Okay.
so I don't know the specifics, but
Mm-hmm.
it's something along those lines is correct.
Okay. Yeah. Because that was I guess each decade has a propaganda tool. Could we say that?
100%.
And so from 2000 to or with the 9/11 to 2010 or maybe 2008 when Bush got out, the propaganda tool was the 9/11 during that time. What would you say that the propaganda tool would be of I'll just say the 90s. What would you say the propaganda tool of the 90s was?
Well, the 90s was big because that was when the Soviet Union fell, and we were big anti-Russia then also, right? And so
Okay.
that becomes a real transitional time with Putin and all that stuff at the end of the 90s. But I don't
Okay.
really remember because we had the Gulf War. We had Saddam is
Mhm.
bad, right? It was the first Gulf War that they didn't take him out, right? They stopped. And so yeah, there was that property we had Oklahoma City in 95.
Okay. Yeah.
Oklahoma City, they initially when Oklahoma City happened, they all tried to pin it on Saddam. That was like there was actually a book written by Judith Miller and articles that came out in newspapers pinning Oklahoma City on Saddam, which couldn't be further from the fucking truth. It was Israel again. So yeah, it was an interesting time for propaganda and operations, but there was a lot of shit going on behind the scenes in the 90s, like a ton of stuff going on that nobody knows about.
Mhm. Okay.
So
And so are we assuming that probably our agenda stayed the same as far as you know Al Qaeda and Middle East as far as with Obama's 8 years? You
oh
think
yeah,
that was the same vehicle
100%.
as far
Without
as the
question.
propaganda tools?
Honestly, I don't
then
see a change in any administration between Johnson
Mhm.
and Trump. Things seems to be changing. In what ways we are, are unclear. But it's been the
Mhm.
same establishment since they killed Kennedy up until now. And I don't know what the fuck's going on with Trump. I have no idea. I fucking despise all the shit that has to do with Israel, all the war stuff. But I like all the stuff he's doing domestically. So it's really it
Well,
doesn't
you
make
torn.
sense. I'm torn because it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. It violates fundamental patterns of politics. We've never seen anything like this before. And people keep talking
Yeah,
about
but then
the AI
Mhm.
technocracy. I'm like, motherfucker, you're going to say we weren't on that path under Biden?
Oh God, Lee, but I mean
We've been on that path for
that's
fucking a decade. You know?
that's coming. All right. I mean, and to be honest, it'll be here right shortly. You know, it's going. You're just gonna wake up one day and you're gonna be like, "Holy shit!" I mean, that's literally like the way it's gonna be. But but yeah, I got Weinstein up here. I got this clip. I didn't show it the other day. Let me show you this. He was talking about um he was rethinking his support for Trump. So let me get this pulled up.
We have a situation in which anti-Semitism and other forms of bigotry are tolerated by both the left and the right to get votes. And if either of these groups would just kick out bigots like the Groypers or the pro-Hamas left, they could have at the middle. And it's completely alienating that these two sides won't call out their problem.
Right. I see. I don't see the symmetry on that. In that, to me, the left has been largely, and the Democrat Party largely has been overtaken by, let's say, the Hamas thing. On the right, I don't see Trump really placating those people. I don't think
It's not a
he's.
question of placating. It's a question of you actually have to call this stuff out. What I see is dual signaling. I see huge signaling. Hey, we're with Israel. We're with the Jews. We're on the side of good against evil. And I see this idea of we're also going to signal to people who harbor very bad suspicions, particularly the Groyper movement. Don't worry, we're going to signal to you too. And they're going to kind of speak out of both sides of their mouth, playing this cryptic game. And I wish that they would just be very, very clear. And because think about it, you have this opportunity to go after the middle, like reasonable people.
Yeah.
Get rid of your extremes. What you really want to alienate the people who would like to be part of it?
It's interesting. And we've discussed this for years, but
Yep.
I'm just not that concerned about that. And it seems to me that Trump has grabbed those people in the middle, as illustrated by, say, Bobby Kennedy and Tulsi and Rogan and me, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
So we may just,
Well, but you move the embassy to Jew. Look, I don't want this to become exclusively Jewish, but it's just I am getting so much abuse out there.
Yeah.
From people on the right, and nobody on the right stands up. And it's like, wow, you guys are a bunch of cowards. You can't even stand.
So I mean, he's feeling like he's not getting enough support.
Yeah,
As a Jew.
this guy can Jew-splain everything away. Like, fuck this guy. He's a fake intellectual, and his opinion to me means absolutely fucking nothing. And he ignores all of history that Jews have been undermining culture in the West for fucking hundreds of years. So fuck him.
Yeah, but that goes back to what you're saying. Like you're a little confused about what you're actually seeing here, because it seems like there still is a slight agenda there for Israel, but not as much of a push as it was before. As far as administration wise and things of that nature.
Well, the administration's giving them everything they want. We're going to war because of them. Anti-Semitism is now like illegal on college campuses, and they're putting out all kinds of weird proclamations. And it's like, fuck you, people. This is America, bitch, not Israel. The fakest shell company of a country ever.
Yeah, the Semite stuff is a little
They're white.
out of hand.
These are inbred white people whose origins are easily traced back to a group of 300 in Poland and Germany. Okay, they're all 30th cousins. What does that mean? And there's another word for that. It's called inbred. Okay, that's a reality. These motherfuckers are the descendants of converts from Europe. They have no connection to Palestine and the Middle East. Period.
Man said they all 30th cousins. Come on now. I mean, Oh boy. Well, you know, we kind of figured that it was going to be hard to completely sever ties, but there's some things that, as you said, Trump's doing that look good. There's some things that look bad, and I think that's going to be with any administration you have. And of course, with this signal chat supposed leak of classified information, even though they're saying there wasn't any classified information, things of that nature. Of course, if you're more left leaning, this is like a notch in your belt. It's like, oh, you see, Trump administration don't know what they're doing. The people that he picked, or they don't know what they're doing. And I'm just like, I guess anybody can fuck up. Um, but it wasn't that long ago that we had, you know, folks that were in the government fucking Chinese spies and shit like that. It's just
Yeah.
like, bud, I mean, there's infiltration everywhere. Like to think this whatever this chat was that they were having, and it didn't harm the operation, from what I understand. The operation, and of course, this is just the narrative that's put out there,
Mhm.
but the mission was successful.
I guess you'd call it successful. From what I saw from the signal chats, we're not a big deal. I think what's a big deal is you're not allowed to be using signal chats. I think that's the big deal, unless they have a government
Okay.
registered account, which is doubtful. So
Hmm. Yeah. Well, and of course this is what our most recent congressional hearings are, which I spoke about that earlier. A bunch of nothing. I mean, y'all up there, and golly, boy, folks. Whenever folks see these congressional hearings, my man, they start posting stuff. Oh man, like perjury and all that. I suppose, but man, perjury don't count when they up here on this. Okay, there is no such thing as perjury when you're having a congressional hearing. You can go up there and lie, and it's okay. All right, they actually encourage it. They encourage you to lie. All right, so we can keep this facade going. Because at the end of the day, ain't none of them gonna do shit. They're gonna get done with a 2-3 hour meeting. They're gonna go and get a $10 Starbucks, eat their $50 lunch, and they're gonna have a good day. You know what I'm saying? They're done by noon. I mean, what we talking about? They ain't never done nothing. So whenever they start putting up congressional hearings and stuff, I just like to hear what the folks got to say. I want to see how much they sweating. Not so much that I think this is going to yield any type of results,
never
because I don't
does
think
it?
it ever has. Yeah, I mean, can we think of a time that they sat in there and then afterwards something came to fruition?
Not once.
I mean, God, they've had all kind of people up there, dude.
Maybe Watergate. Maybe Watergate. They did some hearings on that, came to
Okay,
fruition.
okay.
Other than that, I can't think of nothing.
Watergate. Well, damn, I think that was so blatant that they about didn't have no damn choice. They're like, well, fuck, man. I mean, we can use the bullshit our way out of this one, but damn, you ain't leaving us much choice. You know what I'm saying? You standing there holding the gun, bloody hands and all. It's like, it wasn't me. It's like, but it's you though. But we got to record it. Damn it, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it's like, it's crazy. But of course, what's old Jeffrey Goldberg? He seems like a very honest fella. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So why would he say anything that was a lie? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, hey, look, they're all of them are lying because that's what they have to do. They're professionals at it. Okay, they're professional liars. This is something they've been working on a long time, and this goes for the journalists too. All right. Hell, do we have any honest journalism anymore in any of your big places?
Nope.
I think it's a prerequisite that you can't be honest. They go in there, it's like, well, you tell the truth. It's like, yes, you're fired. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like we can't be having that around here. So yeah, guys, the signal chat. Let us know what y'all think about that in the comment section below. Flub up. I mean, it was a fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was a straight fuck up,
Embarrassing,
and
sure.
I think Mike Waltz took blame for it. I think he ended up
Yes,
putting it on his forehead.
right.
I think somebody told him he needed to put it on his forehead. If you want to be honest, they were like, Mike, you gonna need to take the fall on this one, okay?" He said, "Okay." I mean, ain't nothing gonna happen, but we just need you to say, "Yeah, I fucked up." But that's gonna be it. So, fuck up at the end of the day. It's not really. It's not gonna move the needle. I know there was one person on. There's a black guy that's on CNN, because they're actually bringing in different voices in there, and it was just like, for the everyday American people, this doesn't move the needle at all, because they're just like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Mhm.
Like y'all making this big deal, like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get some converts over here, some people to, fuck the Republican Party and all this." It's just like, dude, don't nobody know what this shit is even about anyway, and they'd be like, "I don't care, y'all get the damn men out the women's bathroom." They're like, "Yeah, we're good." I mean, that's kind of what they looking for. If we're talking about everyday folks, they looking at shit like that. What you doing for the economy? Are you gonna be able to get jobs back here? All that stuff. So, and the approval rating seems to be pretty good so far. We're still early on. God, that's what people don't realize, Corey. God, we're still so early. You know what I'm saying? 2 months in,
I
and folks are like,
know.
"Oh man, he ain't changed the world yet." It's like, well, damn, but Rome wasn't built in a day, you know. So, we'll see what happens with that, guys. Let us know what y'all think about the signal chat stuff in the comments. We're gonna close out tonight. Of course, I'm gonna do Corey Hughes' marketing for him. CoreyHughes.org. Bloody History Substack. A Warner from History. JFK book. Corey, are you on any special shows anytime soon? Specials.
No,
You got any specials? Okay, no specials coming up.
no.
Okay, no specials. He'll keep you informed on that. Do we gotta? Are we in the Oswald, or are we gonna do an update on the JFK book?
That's gonna be a while. I got a lot on my agenda, and the stuff's up
Do
in the
you?
air.
Okay.
So
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So yeah, be on the lookout for that stuff from Corey. Of course, me, xq420.com for everything I do. We appreciate everybody for being out with us. Leave it in the comment section below if y'all were not able to get audio. That way I can re-upload this. I'll try to check it on my end as well. But we appreciate everybody for checking us out live. Listen to us on podcast platforms. From your boy XQ420. Powerful one, Corey Hughes. Catch you on the next Beyond the Cube. Peace out. Shabam.
all right.
Oh, bam. All right. Upload it.
I will see you
I'll
Sunday.
see you Sunday.